Valley Children's Stadium in Fresno, California. After a full day of college football, the sun is down, the lights are on, and we still have more for you on EA Sports. It's the Oregon State Beavers and the Fresno State Bulldogs. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Let's go down to Holly Rowe with the latest on the weather.
Guys, it is a wild scene here down on the field. The home coach has told me pregame he knows that there's a lot of excitement for this home game, but most importantly, the weather is clear. We were wondering how the forecast would shake out, and it is calm and beautiful. Should be an impactful game here with great weather, great opportunities, and a fast surface. Back to you.
Thanks, Holly. Fresno State will kick it off, and we will be underway. On the run from inside his own 5. They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. So Oregon State's offense will go to work first. And here's the big fella, senior tight end. They'll try to feed him today. This guy's just what you're looking for. Reliable, gutty, doesn't need the spotlight, but they will need production from him in this one. Bunch formation for these receivers.
Ready. Move.
Toss sweep right. Stopped right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and this crowd getting even more juiced.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
I'll tell you, this defensive end, not only can he pass rush, but he can play the run as well. You see him beat the offensive lineman there trying to block him and get in the backfield to make that tackle for loss. That was impressive.
On 3rd and long, he'll have to turn it loose deep. And the sack all the way back at the 5.
Man, that is a picture-perfect start for this defense. Number one objective, get off the field even better. 3rd down, force them into a passing situation. You win, you hit the quarterback. Nice start by this D.
The Beavers line up to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Gets it away and hammers it. You want to talk about flipping the field. He gets a block. The speed, the shiftiness, the elusiveness, all on display in that sweet return there. So Fresno State's offense takes the field for the first time in this game. And here comes Rayshon Luke. He has become a key piece of this offense.
Well, you're seeing more and more offenses in college football use running backs in the passing game. This guy is the prime example. He's a guy that deserves all the touches and all the catches he's had because, David, he's basically a receiver playing the running back spot. He can hurt you taking handoffs, but this guy can run the route tree. He can get out vertically down the field, catches it in traffic. Such a great versatile weapon to have.
And usually you see running backs, it's a little bit awkward when they do catch it, but like you see, his arms are stretched out. He catches it with his hands. Like, and the offensive coordinator told us this week coming in the matchups, like he's got a playlist for this guy, right? Like get this guy the ball in space. He's going to make sure he gets several touches and several matchups where he can get if he gets him matched up on a linebacker, that's a matchup they want to.
Maybe a crease. Knocked down at the 25-yard line, picked up 10 there, and gets a first down.
And a great job by the offensive line. If you're going to run the ball right at the middle, you better control the line of scrimmage. You can see the center, the guard, the tackles doing a good job getting on their guys just enough where this running back can get into space and make the big game.
Gets it out fast. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. The Bulldogs have it with a 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Brought down, but not before he bowled his way inside the 10 to the 8. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Martin back to pass. He caught it. They will score. Touchdown, Fresno State.
This offense needed a big play, and that is the guy that they need to go to help create a spark on offense. Awesome job.
Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they finish things off with an 8-yard toss for the score. He'll bring it out. It's Butler. And the ball pops out. Oh, inviting disaster.
Whew, that's a breathing a sigh of relief for sure. Kick returner tries to take it out, puts it on the ground, but how about the offense getting back on it, turning what could have been a really bad play into, thank goodness I got the ball again.
Pulls it in. It's Nolan. Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the first down. That was a good read there. Not the biggest gain in the world, David, but take up the space they're going to give you in the zone.
Yeah, make it easy, man. Make the right decision. If he's open, get it to him, get some positive yards. Basically a run play.
Dragged down at the 26 after a pickup of 5.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Setting up for a 1st and 10 from the 26. Motion from the wideout. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Back to pass, it's Murphy. Finds it. It's a fumble on the play. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
Nice heads-up play by the defense to jump on that ball after it got popped out.
Here comes the Bulldog offense out to start the drive. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Oh, he's got a chance.
Really good surge that time by the offensive line. You saw all those bodies by the defense being pushed backwards. That opened up the crease for the ball carrier. He's able to get a really nice gain there, setting up 2nd and inches.
They'll go to the air on 2nd and short. Finds his big tight end. He steps out of bounds at the 15-yard line. Big pickup on the ground, and they're rolling.
Well, the tight end shows off his speed. See his ability there to separate from the defender trying to cover him on that drag route.
All the way down to the 15-yard line. It's 1st down. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Stopped at the 13-yard line as the drive continues.
Nice 1st down defense. Great job being physical, understanding the chances of run are high. They come up, they get the back on the ground, forcing a 2nd down and long situation.
Handoff from the shotgun. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. They'll try to power their way ahead. Touchdown, Bulldog! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And what a push up front by this offensive line. Everyone playing in unison, driving out of their stance, working into the 2nd level, hats on hats, creating a lane for that running back.
On to attempt the try. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And he got into the house from the 6 to finish it. Coming out with it, it's Butler. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. Here comes the Oregon State offense to get this drive started. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
Pulls it on the option. There's a crease. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down. That's the end of the quarter, guys, and Fresno State is on top. Man, that was an impressive and dominant first quarter. Let's take a look at the stats before we move on. Big turning point as we head into the second and get this game rolling again. So first down here as they go back to work. Keeps it on the bootleg, looking to throw. He finds a dead spot in the middle. Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48.
Well, this team found themselves in a hole really quickly. Good things need to start happening, and they got to happen now. There's a big play that the offense desperately needed. A big pitch and catch. That's going to give them some confidence. That hopefully shifts the momentum their way a little bit. But they've got to cap this off now with a touchdown cut into their opponent's lead.
And this defense, we know, they present a lot of challenges. And you could see it right there, man. They shrink windows fast. They're a top 25 defense for a reason. You really better make sure you're dialed in today, or else they can make you pay in a hurry.
Pressure coming. Looking deep down the right side. Caught. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down.
Yeah, I think if you're on offense right now, you're thinking, I don't know if our defense can stop them. They couldn't do it the last drive out. We're down a lot on the scoreboard right now, so we need to score touchdowns every time.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Beavers! Ready to try the point after. Precision blocking up front. Created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Bulldogs offense is on the field, ready to get this drive cranked up. What a good mix of plays, keeping that defense off balance last time, David.
And Reese, they don't know if it's run or if it's pass. They got them right where they wanted. This defense doesn't know how to react from getting punched in the mouth on that last drive.
So in this next drive, David, I think you keep running the football because that sets up the play action, it sets up the RPO game, and then you keep this defense guessing.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. He wants to change this route. They'll go right back to it. Oh, he's got some space. He'll get a fresh set of downs, stopped at the 31-yard line.
And that is just an attitude run, running it right up the middle, right into the teeth of that defense.
And they'll line up from the 31 on first down.
Here we go. Ready. Red 18.
The run from the shotgun. Just working and poking and prodding and finding his way up to the 36.
You know, with defense, it's this pick or poison game, right? Like, I got to play a little bit soft and make them run the football, but when I do that, I give the running back space, and right there you could tell he takes advantage of it.
And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and third down is coming.
In football, you hear the term quick, but don't hurry. And you could tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs want to make that decision quick. And I think he hurried it a little bit too much, got the ball out quick, but obviously was inaccurate with his pass.
Throws to the wideout. There were serious revolutions on that third down pass, but it's incomplete. Fresno State will have to punt. Looks as if this one will be marked down around the 25. Here comes the Beaver offense ready to go. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. Trying to move them on the counter. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now, listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
On the ground with the counter. He tried to find some running room, but they get him stopped.
You know, when you're running counter, those offensive linemen crashing down, they've got to be able to pin those interior D linemen. They couldn't get it done there. They gave up too much penetration, and that led to the tackle for loss.
Dropping back, it's Murphy. Fires left. Can't make the connection on third down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down. And the Beavers send out the punt unit. First punt was gorgeous. Let's see if he can do it again. Fields the punt. Wants to make a play. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. And so the Fresno State offense comes out onto the field. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time.
I think it goes back to your playmakers, Reese. I think it's finding the guys that have been working for you earlier on in this game and getting them the football.
Yeah, and there's obviously no need to panic. I mean, think about it. You got the lead. You got the football. You got to be smart with the football, make your plays, put a good drive together here.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Looking to fire. Right on the money. No chance to run, but still a good gain.
It's definitely the wide receiver's job to create space, right? So whether you're running a go or you're running a hitch like this right here, I got to find a way to push off legally or just create a little bit of space to get some positive yards.
He'll throw on third down. Quarterback now breaking the field. Quarterback slides, and he's got enough for the first down.
Well, he hasn't called his own number very often in this game. That actually is the first time he's taken off and scrambled, but it was a really good decision. He's been killing this defense through the air. You've seen the arm talent. You've seen the accuracy. That time, really nice decision to tuck it and get what he can get. He's got this defense on their heels.
Looking to throw on first down. And the defense forced that incompletion with the deflection.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down. The marker rests at the 39, and that's what they need here on third down. Martin will throw it. Got the quick pass. Putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the first down at the 36. And the Bulldogs come to the line with a new set of downs. Wants to throw on first down. Spits it out to the back. Pulls it in. It's Thomas. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down the field. And look at this. Sometimes it creates some momentum, and you want to capitalize. So you go get on the ball and get ready to run some no-huddle.
Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. They're dealing with a 2nd and long.
Ready. Red 18. Put up.
Running inside, it's Thomas. Got a little grass. He rolls all the way down to the 5-yard line before they finally get him stopped. The Beavers using their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Fresno State lines up with a 1st and goal.
Here we go. Joker.
Motion from the wide receiver. That touch pass went nowhere. Stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Timeout is called, and that will be the 2nd charge to Oregon State. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this first half.
Black 18. Put up.
The run up the middle, looking for the score. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. Oregon State will use its final timeout here. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half. They've worked it down to the 4-yard line, but now it's 3rd and goal.
Ready. Red 80. Red.
Martin back to pass. He wants it all. Touchdown, Fresno State. Fitted in the window for the score.
You know, there's so many coaches out there in 2-minute situations at the end of the half with a lead that'll just be happy taking the lead into halftime. This guy's staying aggressive, though. Pedal to the metal, David, and you saw it paid off there for the touchdown.
Yeah, and let's finish this half now. Now, we got a nice lead. Built a little bit of a lead, but the defense has to go back out there. There's still a little bit of time, so get that stop to keep that momentum you just got, and everybody will be jacked up at halftime.
Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Oregon State takes over, ready to send the offense onto the field. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be conservative. We're a little bit down. Listen, I just think this is a point with the offense that they can prove. Like, we're here, we're going to create something now that we can build on in the second half.
Coach said all week he wanted to be aggressive. This is a great opportunity to show that right now. At the end of the first half, try and generate some momentum, score.
Makes the catch, and he's free. Gets it to the 46-yard line. 1st down for this offense. The Beavers want to crank the tempo.
Every drive is obviously important, but now that you've dug yourself a hole, this offense, they need to score here. Like, before the half, they need to move this ball down the field. Nice job in the passing game. Got to put a few together. Need to get some points to cut into this lead right before the half.
And they got to the line expeditiously, spiked it, and stopped the clock. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Looking to throw for it. He lofts one down the sideline. And it's picked off at the goal line. Got some room to run. And he'll be brought down, and that's how we'll end the first half. And they head to the locker room. 2 quarters in the books, and time for us now to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football studio with scores from around the country.
Men, week 9, go time. So let's get down to business with a notable update from the world of college football. Let's begin with a look at Wake Forest, taking on the number 6 team, the Virginia Cavaliers. And it's the Demon Deacons coming away with a blowout victory in what looks like a major upset. Expect major changes in the polls this week. It gets them to 4-1 on the season, and it's got to be looked at as a solid start. Here now, some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now. Now over to your game in Fresno. Back and forth we've gone so far, and these numbers, it's funny, 3rd down conversions don't always tell the story. Maybe staying out of those situations in the second half is the safest pathway to victory. And with that, let's send it back to the guys inside Valley Children's Stadium.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here. He'll put total leather and get this second half started. On the move from inside his 5. He'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line on the return. They'll mark him at the 19. Here comes the Fresno State offense onto the field. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
It's a nice play call there. You've got 2-possession lead. You're trying to keep the defense guessing, right? Because you've got that lead. They know you're going to run it, but you still have got to be able to sprinkle in some shot plays and some vertical throws. That was really, really good thinking on that last play call by the offense.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Picked up 5 on that last pass play. Now it's 2nd and 5. They're going to run it. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Rush is on him. And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd down.
Man, that's a big stop on this first drive. That's got to energize this defense. They didn't have a great first half. Let's just call it what it is. They could have done a lot better. But to come out, make some adjustments, get a stop on this first possession, that's a good sign for this defense.
Holly Rowe has an update.
Here on the Oregon State sideline, I can see the coaches imploring their team right now. This has to be a turning point. Turning it over on that last drive, it could get out of hand if they don't make something happen right now. You see the coaches and players coming together to try to get that momentum back. I'll keep you posted on if that swings here in their favor. Back to you.
Okay, Holly. The Beavers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Wants to throw. It's Murphy. Fires to the wideout. That's caught. It's Hampton. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made. That last big play, one that can really jumpstart a drive. It's 1st and 10 from the 47. Finds the tight end. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
Important in the passing game that it's not just receivers doing all the work. You got to get running backs involved. You got to get your big fellas. You got to get the tight ends going too.
The run inside. It's Hatcher. And he finds some solid space. Makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him. 3rd down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They can really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back in this one, they need him to break one off, and it just takes one play for this guy. Don't be impatient. You got to keep giving him the football.
8-yard pickup on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and short. They'll move the wide receiver. Takes the handoff. It's Newberry. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Hatcher. Defense there to stop him after a gain of 3, but he is inside the 30 to the 29. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Now the play fake. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. They're able to keep him out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2 after the big play in the passing game.
And that's a nice job by this offense. They got to find a way to continue to string good plays together. They've had a few, but they haven't put 3, 4, 5, 6 together, putting a drive like this together. Now, let's go pay this thing off.
Touchdown, Oregon State! A Lazarus-like comeback is underway.
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back, knowing if they get down in this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. He'll be brought down at the 22-yard line. Good coverage on that one. His return is stopped short of the 25. Fresno State takes over and the offense will go back to work. They just saw their lead cut in half, and now they'll try to answer. The give out of the gun. Gain of 8 yards on the play. He's too short of the first down.
And we talked about this guy coming into the game, man. He's a dude. Like, he's a guy that they're going to feature, they're going to give the football to. He's so good with the ball in his hands, so why would you not hand it to him as much as possible? They're doing it early, and he's getting some chunk yardage. This defense, they knew about him, but now they're finding out about him.
From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
And it's going to be interesting to watch this defense, man, because obviously when you're trailing, and offenses can sometimes get conservative, and that's 2 runs back-to-back. Do they get more aggressive and try to bring more guys near the line of scrimmage, not let them waste time, and try to get their offense the football back?
Floats it out in space. And he's able to bounce off 1 tackle, but still not a whole lot of running room. Right around the halfway point of the season, neither of these squads that we've watched today ranked, but here's the top 25 as it stands right now. One quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic fourth quarter finish. And a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. Quarterback making checks. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks. The Bulldogs come to the line trying to find a way to convert on 3rd and very short. They'll try to bully their way for the first. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
And that's the challenge for this defense, man. It starts to get later in the ball game. That clock is not your friend. You're losing the football game. They got to meet the physical challenge of this run game.
Fresno State moving it quickly down the field. Martin will throw it. Unloads to the wideout. Can't hold on. He had him right down the middle, and he flat dropped it.
And everything looked good on that play. The receiver does a really good job of pushing upfield and then coming inside. But what happens when you come inside? You start coming to all those bodies and those linebackers and those safeties come into play. And those alligator arms.
There's some room. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31.
And, man, this is exactly how this offensive coordinator wants to end this football game. Ground and pound, let that clock tick, add to this lead, and make the defense stop you.
Looking downfield on first down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
No, and that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
Noses ahead to the 30-yard line, a pickup of 1.
Well, they're going RPO. Nice job handing it off, and really good vision there, just getting what he can get, right? Puts his foot in the ground, gets forward, helps this offense find positive yards.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Pucks it out of the air. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down.
Oh, and the defense, they rise up to the challenge in a critical moment in this game. 3rd down, trailing by a possession late. They had to find a way to force an incompletion. They've now done that, and they're hoping the punt team trots on the field because they can sense victory on the horizon.
On 4th down, they could boot the field goal, but looks as if they'll go for it. They'll run for it. He's got enough for the first down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going. Fresno State back to work with a fresh set of downs. From the shotgun, they'll run it. Stopped at the 13-yard line as they try to turn this into points. Following that run, we have a player who is shaken up. That is the freshman defensive end that they're very excited about. They're hoping that he's able to return to the game shortly. Unloads quickly. Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the first down, and they'll have it 1st and goal at the 6. This offense not only has a chance to extend the lead, but they can also drain that clock. A first down run in the red zone. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4. And after that run, there is a player still down on the field. While they have a look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. They've pushed it ahead to the 4. They'll try to cash in on 2nd and goal.
Ready. Kill. 496 tsunami. 496 tsunami.
Martin back to pass. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
Nice job by this defense, man. Playing aggressive, playing physical, taking away the easy stuff on the perimeter. Nice job rushing the quarterback, bringing more bodies near the line of scrimmage, getting the sack, and forcing the 3rd down and goal.
Goes to the option. The offense pops it up, and they were on the move. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
And that right there, probably the biggest play in this game so far. The offense has the lead, and they're just trying to run the football to run this clock out. But the defense able to knock it out, jump on it. Now all of a sudden, this game has a completely different feel.
They're going to open this drive with a pass. Quickly out to the tight end. Makes the grab almost to the first down marker, but a good pickup on that one. And the Beavers in a good spot here with 2nd and short.
222.
Makes the grab. It's Nolan. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
Well, we see another catch by this guy. This defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Wants to throw again. Fires to the big fella. Breaks free, and he might... Oh, my goodness, he's still moving. And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line. In search of that tying touchdown. They've moved the chains a couple of times. It's 1st and 10 again. Wants to throw it again. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play.
Well, I know it hasn't been a tremendous day statistically for this quarterback, but his decision-making has been good enough to win this game. Hasn't thrown a lot of TDs so far, but when things aren't open, he throws it away like on that play right there. He's not putting his team in a bad spot, and that's why they still have a shot to walk out of here.
Throws toward the end zone. He had that one slip to the ground, and if he had held on, that might have been a wrap. Instead, it'll be third down.
Well, talking to the coaching staff coming into tonight, they thought they had to have success throwing the football if they were going to win this game. And one of the biggest reasons why I'd say they're losing right now is because this guy still hasn't thrown a touchdown pass. The defense has been ready for the deep shots. They're ready yet again here late in the game. Nice job forcing that incompletion.
And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first. It's a one-score game late, and they've got to go for it on fourth down. Big tight end makes the grab. It's a first down. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on fourth down, and they keep the drive alive. The Beavers using their first timeout. And with the clock stopped, they can get their thoughts together to call this play out. Breaks into the open. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Beavers! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And it's decision time now because you score the touchdown, you're down 1 late. Do you want to just kick the extra point and tie it up, hope for overtime? Or do you go for 2? Do you get aggressive? Do you trust your quarterback if he has to throw it here to find an open player and give you the lead, even though there is still going to be some time left on the clock?
Here comes the Bulldog offense out to start the drive. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Martin will throw it. Right down the middle. He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body.
And that's a good job by this defense. The 2-minute situations can be tough, especially communicating, and you know they want to push the ball down the field, but a lot of times it's towards the sidelines. They protect the middle of the field, play great defense all across the board.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. In the gun, looking to throw on third down. Makes the grab. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. Timeout is called, and that will be the second charge to Oregon State. And they'll still have 1 timeout left at their disposal. Fourth down, gotta have it here. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the first down on a gutsy call to keep this drive alive.
Man, the clock is not our friend right now. The first down stops it. That is great. We got to get some chunk yardage plays, make some hay while this clock's running out.
Oregon State will use its final timeout here. And now they are powerless to stop the clock with a timeout.
Man, this quarterback is going to have to be deadly accurate here in this 2-minute situation, right? And that's really what he's had to be all game long. He hasn't had a lot of yards because the coverage has just been so tight. He's had to be pinpoint perfect. It's been hard just to find completions, no doubt. That's going to be the same thing here in this 2-minute drive.
They've avoided the interception all day, but they were lucky to get that one back here late. It'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. From the gun, the ground game. Nowhere to go. Same song, second verse, as this defense is ready for this guy. Timeout call by the offense. 24 seconds left on the clock. A field goal attempt from this spot would be 52 yards out. A few yards on third down would make it easier. Give to the running back. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. It'll be fourth down.
And this offense, I don't think this is going to be a surprise. I think the offense is going to stay on the field. You've already seen it once on this drive, and they've already been successful. You know how hard it is to defend when there's an extra down, and they do it over and over again. So I think this offense will continue to stay aggressive like they were on the last fourth down.
So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. It's good! And they surge on top here in the final minute.
How about the kicker coming through in a must-have moment? They had to have this kick to take the lead late in the ball game. All the pressure, give me all the pressure, and he comes through in the clutch.
And the returner goes down. This drive will open from the 15. This defense will try to keep everything in front. Here's a throw downfield late. Pass falls incomplete, and there are still 3 seconds left.
Well, you look at the clock. They've got time for one more play, but they're out of Hail Mary range here, needing a touchdown to win this game. This is going to be a last-second, last-chance play that they practice, by the way, throughout the week. It's going to involve probably a lot of laterals. But we've seen crazier stuff.
He'll loft one deep down the left side. Ball is incomplete. Falls to the turf, and that's going to do it. And it went right down to the final play. It's one thing to execute early in the game. Tight ball game, right at the end. You need the clutch plays. These guys deliver.
And you can't teach that gene. You have people that can focus in the moment or they can't. Great job by the team, staying focused, understanding it's a close battle, win those one play at a time, and then look up, and then, heck, I got the win.
Yeah, David, they just had ice in their veins, and you can tell there's tremendous leadership on this football team. Guys can step up, and in the huddle, they can make sure that everybody else is focused to the task at hand in order to get the W.
That's going to do it for us here. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.